Welcome to Legends TV, hosted by Evans Ginzburgs, co-hosted by John Winnell. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Harold the Heart. I come from the professional wrestling world of Suffolk Wrestling Alliance. I am here today to help to pronounce this amazing episode of Legends Television. But first, we're gonna kick it off with performance rap artist. He's known from the streets everywhere around. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a round of applause for Warren S. Britt!
Once you have a goal and you see it at the end of the tunnel, everything around you kind of is a blur. The best experience that music has given me is meeting people that's like you. A lot of us that are artists, we feel like we don't belong in society. Nobody speaks our language. Like regular folk that do 9-to-5 stuff, they don't get what we try to say or what we try to bring across. If you have a love for something, and if it comes from your heart and you press on about it, like things will fall into place for you. Just because you feel like nobody gets you, if you hone in on that craft, that's gonna turn into something. It's gonna manifest over time. It always has. If you have a straightforward path of what you want to do and the goal that you set, if you set it, then you get to that. But when you get to that goal, set a new one. If you want to do this, you really have to go for it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you love it and you have a passion for it, it's like nothing can stop you. It's like you just got to put your head down and keep going. Stop when you're supposed to stop and go when you're supposed to go. But press on no matter what.
Song.
Right.
Like magic song.
Right. Right. Try to paint a perfect picture with no arms. No, swear I paint a perfect picture with no arms. Seeing through plates of ghosts gone, leading me through the cold storm. My vibes twitching, them lines tripping amongst trees. To know me is to come close, but still never love me or my lack of restraint. Foundation trembling, straight edge, Brooklyn veteran screaming, let him live. Like the B minor, pressing record. Wonder why these jealous Jezebels are stressing me for. A special reward for those pulling swords out of stones. Either tired in my voice, feel the crack on my bones. Can't relax like we're home, miles away from insane. Passengers will get you flattened if you pass through my lane. I dance in the rain, reflecting those pains between Colleen and I. Help me be a better man, clean my view to see the sky. Times I wanna die, you can see me slim. Feeling like browns caress me as I reach from within. So now my heart's on the table, I'm staring in your iris. Put your money in your pocket, bite me or buy this. Nice twist of fate, placing ice on your dinner plate. Staring at the moon afternoon during Great Escape. Wait, know that I am not a shiny blizzard on a sunny day. One part Hamdulillah, two part don't run away. What would be a shame? There's a conflict in my skeleton. Words I say behind these things are things I'm scared to tell my friends. Shocking who remain true, blood and veins blue. My brains racing through my brain, I'm the same dude. Smiling, because I know the future lays a greater challenge. I know I'm getting greater with my talents. Balance in my cheek, meditate, find an opening in broken skin. Hope the levee's safe, cause I'm gonna swim. I just wanna travel different leagues and algorithms. Get the innocent out of prison, give my all to women and children that we're building. To the clouds crashing, fashion matching the sound of action. Laughing at antagonists, different, blistered and passionate. On behalf of the craft, giving more than you asked of us, yo! Right. That was pretty cool, right? That right? It was alright. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes and let me feel you put your hearts up. Open up those eyes, let me feel you put your hearts up, yo. Right. Right.
I always feel like it's two key ingredients when it comes to following your dreams. I feel like if you believe it, that's the first step. Like if you truly believe it, that's step one. Step two is, the hard work that goes along with it. So if the belief is there and you got the hard work to match that belief, I feel like, it's impossible that you fail. If you have the hard work that matches your true belief, your true faith in yourself, then I feel like, that's how you're gonna succeed.
Like magic song.
This one is called And You Don't Stop. It goes, yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, I'm feeling the juvenile hell of the world's weight, crushing my legs at age 12. Saw my favorite rapper get wrapped into a hail of blood, bullets, and ammo. Hammers and nails, I can't manage to fail. Won't fall flat if I ever fell in the well. I won't call trap. All I need is time to adapt. Dope break beats, tunes by K gave me time to relax. Then it's back to work, no slack in the days off. Patience and have faith, notice who take off. Stepped out of my body, been flipping mind tricks since 9-6. Getting little chips off the hobby. The ink sinks straight in the page. The page manifest, all your insides pour out to convey. We all got a mountain to climb. The more that we pray, the stronger the grip. My homies getting over each day. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Me in first class with dash to make a living out in Union Square spitting, giving rappers permission, mastering with precision, capturing every rhythm. But that was back then, now it's a little different. The mission to essence hip hop in its pure form may lose those closest what we were born, but kept on. Kept scoring, absolute truth, first class and boring, till the break of dawn, or till it broke up. Talking about it now, trying not to get choked up. Too easy to Kanye shrug. So what? We putting in the most for something we both want. Can't front though. Such a rigorous job. Innovate till we take the mirror, image of God. Pontificate amongst the greats in all states, and I love you, brother. I cannot wait. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all. Is it the money, the power, the electricity, this destiny is ours? You best believe this recipe ain't sitting on the counter. We jumping from the tower, shouting, turn me up louder, turn me up louder. The seconds turn to minutes, the minutes turn to hours, the hours turn to years, but the years will not devour every drop of blood, sweat, and tears that I bear. In honor of the craft, walk the path sincere. Pump, pump, to the homies break dancing with care. Pump, pump, to the tap writer grabbing in fear. And pump, pump, to the best damn rapper alive. Who's the best rapper inside? Cause they're actually scared. Dream chasers will leave the matrix. Keep abrasive and breathe amazing. Please say thank you when giving your props and rock on. And you just don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Is it the money, the power, the electricity, this destiny is ours? You best believe this recipe ain't sitting on the counter. We jumping from the tower, shouting, turn me up louder, turn me up louder. In a conflict of a lost trust, just a few more tears until we're all dust. Caught love on a stained glass window, silently reflecting on the lives of my kinfolk. Left a hidden note in a secret passage, sitting right across from my passion. I have friends, for the most part I keep to myself. Seeing family despair put me right on the shelf. I'm tired of wondering what's wrong or right. Trying upon the night for eternity. Live and learn with me, free to dumb. The ignorance burns significant, leave me numb. We worry about terror, worry about change. I worry about the youth and 10% of my brain. Refrain from the smoke of the drink. Hopelessly think of solutions to the problems. You float you say, heart, don't sleep. I'll dream tomorrow. Dear heart, don't sleep. I'll dream tomorrow. Approaching the brink, you know you can snap at any moment, but don't say nothing to no one, stay focused. The brain floats like a ghost, when whenever my mind flows, I'm on my own. I can't find home. The distant relatives are irrelevant. Dark clouds falling on the ground, where the hell to live? Wish I was embellishing. This is tragic. I'm looking at these photos, noticing gross magic. When did we toe tag this? Allegiance of hearts, defeating us smarts, Mars watching my earth shatter. Does birth matter if we're drifting in the mist? Living in the shadow of our gifts? I'm not even asking for a lift, cause I'm actually pissed at the fact that I still care for you. Happily you missed. I'm still here for you, but happily you missed. I'm still here, no I'm not. Dear heart, don't sleep. I'll dream tomorrow. Dear heart, don't sleep. I'll dream tomorrow. No apologies accepted. You could pay for funerals, still won't be respected. You could touch the sky, leave the earth feeling rejected. I'm walking upside down in the padded room, breathless. First step is planning in the fun times today. I travel rays of sunshine just to unwind. Kinda crazy seeing as we share a bloodline, deep in the vein that you take it and days just spin. Past, gone, move forward, stay strong. Past, gone, even you. Dear heart, don't sleep. I'll dream tomorrow. Dear heart, don't sleep. I'll dream tomorrow.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
All right. I'm trying to get in the scene here. Oh, my
get it down.
All right, I'm in. Hi.
Hi, I'm Karen Vito.
Hi, and I'm Regina Galley.
We're here doing a show called Shake It Up.
Right, and Shake Up stands for style,
Health,
attitude,
kindness.
entertainment.
That's right. But
That's
really,
right.
it's more about gossip.
Yes.
Because that's what we do, we gossip.
We like to gossip.
I
We
love
like to gossip, interview people. We're going to have some health tips. We're going to tell you what's in, what's not.
Yeah,
We're
there's a
gonna have
lot of things that's
fun.
not in, though. That's,
Yeah,
I
that's
really
the
want to
problem.
focus on what's not in.
People
because
don't know what's age
They make
appropriate.
mistakes. They
Yeah,
just make mistakes.
They just.
So we're going to correct those mistakes.
And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m., so we want you to join us. And we're also going to have a great segment on health and what's new.
Wellness.
Yes,
Wellness.
health and wellness.
It's
What's
very
new,
important
what's
to
not.
us.
Yeah.
We work really hard with that. We coach a lot of people through that.
Yep.
So you're going to join us.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You're going to get healthy.
Yeah. And you're going to have a good time. Oh, and we're also going to have the curse jar.
Yes. I love that.
That's going to be awesome.
Shit.
$5, for fuck's sake.
Come see us in the morning.
Bye. Join us.
All right. Coming up next, we will have a reading by the poet, John Winnell.
Thank you. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I want to read from my new book, Poems from Everyday People, and then some other new ones. So this is called Venus Passing for a Moment in Front of the Sun. Glare of twilight, bright white cloud covering radiant tips, rose and golden hued, as the quiet passing of an orb across the face of eternity. A firestorm exploding as the chrysalis of afternoon migrates towards the bloody wings of an emerging afternoon. A dancer shaking arms, legs, belly, majestic, while music rolls as waves of light or water falling, capturing moments while we forget the cool, sweet scent of time evaporating. All desires, disappointments passing in an instant in an otherwise unruly and uninterested universe. This is called The Lonely Traveler. Sluggish streets, quiet, swirls of white like millions of birds soar through emptiness. I listen to the screaming wind slicing closing windows. Past midnight, as crystals remain, a sole figure confronts the falling sky. Since the stars are hidden, street lamps guide. I watch from the window as he slowly passes into oblivion. This is called Salvation is a Song. The city is a song, each neighborhood a rhythm, bouncing through the park, past rusted gates of old firehouses, the gas pumps sealed shut with fumes. Cleopatra's needle scrapes clouds with hieroglyphs that cast spells and grab stars from a burning sky. I ponder yesterday's crooked paths, and there, seated in the shade, a woman as lonely as the wind listens as I begin my serenade. And to continue on the Egyptian theme, the mysteries of Amenhotep. Twilight on the Nile, eclipsed by shadows of pyramids. A well of souls carved from stone in the valley of the kings. Behold a mummy entombed since tablets revealed charity in flying hieroglyphs. Painted gold headdress, faces towards underworld journeys. Horus, the great spirit, will guide. Feathers fall from passing hawks and owls. Take a sip from the charity cup. As it warms your body, you too will awake. The colors of time twirl on shimmering tips of passing clouds. This world once ruled by hooded serpents that sleep beneath Cleopatra's pillow as the sun that once revolved around the earth. Time has revealed its secrets, once hidden beneath the sand. This is also from the book, An Old Memory. She tells me she's leaving. Tomorrow, I'm going back. For 6 months, maybe forever and a day. I embrace her aromas like liquid Each wink, each layer of deception, a stranglehold on time. I hear the water running. She's in the bathroom putting on her makeup. I wait, watch the street from the window, brushing aside the burgundy curtain. The flavor of the moon blinks inside the apartment. Tomorrow is a long time, isn't it? When we were younger, days lasted a lifetime, seconds moving into hours. I watch her in the window, in the mirror. She catches me and smiles. If only we were young again. I'll read two more. A newer one and then an older one, and then one from the book. This is called An Afternoon Beneath the Trees. Tropical breeze flows through leaves that tasted the smoke of burning opium. A cool August afternoon as Avenue B vibrates in the summer light. How old are these gnarled trees that hold empty secrets? Did Romeo wrestle a drunken apple thief while stars burned and offered little answers? We dream magic in the eyes of the enchanted, yet awake to the poisons of time that capture in cages what we hold as precious. We tell our tales to the wind, which blows words like sand, scattering tears amongst a desert of ears and eyes that ingest light and leave only shadow, while we covet illusion beneath the petals of age-old trees. Thank you. And I want to end with this one from the book again. This is called Stacy of 125th. Hovering above 125th Street, a pockmarked moon drinks light. Drifting beyond the circle of Apollo where dim ghosts are hidden. Lassoed darkness flutters above steel graveyards while a disappointed girl weeps. Cold, bitter wings crack in the wind. She gazes from the window, hair wrapped in a quilted cloth, a nest of hornets concealed. One smile and all the boys stop breathing. I listen to her laughter, glinting in the rumbling L as it passes. In the summer, she seeks rebirth in the place where whispers get hidden and romance is still a sweaty possibility on a Sunday afternoon. Thank you. Thanks, Evan. Thanks, Legends. Thanks, Madhouse. Poems for everyday people. Thanks.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
And we are back with co-host John Winnell, and joining us, Warren S. Britt. Beautiful set from both of you guys.
Thank you.
And during the break, it was like a mutual admiration society here, which is nice. Which is nice.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, the connection for hip hop and poetry is there naturally anyway. So I'm just like, but I'm just sitting there like visualizing his words as he's saying them. I'm trying to like get the picture, and then as soon as he gives me the picture, I'm like trying to. He smacks me with another like another detail, and I'm like, wow, man, this is incredible. So
and John,
thank you. Thanks for your set too. That was
And John's been with us many times when we've had Cooley High and So Soon and Tar from the Bush. So what's your take on hip hop?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, it's just another way of expressing images to music, and I just like the rhythm. I like what's going on underneath, and of course the images too, that cast it forward like a train, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's fun. It's all fun. I love it all.
Yeah.
And Warren, you had some interesting intros to your songs. Tell us, who were the voices?
Oh, well, actually the voices came from the producers of the track. My friend Kalole Kamasile.
Okay.
Kalole Kamasile, yeah.
It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah, exactly.
Fast, right?
He's great. He's on the come up, and he's doing this thing, and he's just like, yeah, you gotta rap to these. So I'm like, okay, I'll just whatever, and I wrote to them, and that's what I got. So yeah.
And who are some of the rappers and some of the artists who have influenced you?
Some of the Rakim, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Even like today, I would say rappers like POS. Rappers like my friends Sketch the Cataclysm, So Soon.
We love So Soon.
Yeah,
we've had him on a bunch of times.
It's great. Shout out to So Soon.
So Soon, you the man, man.
He's great.
Yeah, he's like a great influence.
He's like the nicest guy on planet Earth.
He really is, isn't he? He's like always cool and just a respectful gentleman, man. Like we need more of those in hip hop.
He's very calm, very calm. So Soon.
Exactly, yeah. And he's still good. It's
so
great.
Good.
Like he's still good at what he does. So I mean, just like a whole bunch of influences. That, like even to like. Some of my favorite band of all time, Motion City Soundtrack. Some of my favorite bands like The Roots and like I mean, Nirvana and just like Smashing Pumpkins, 1979, just like all sorts of different musical rhythms. And we could be here all day just talking about that. I should stop.
Oh, that's great.
But it's a lot.
Duke Ellington said there's only two kinds of music, good music and bad music. So you're naming good music.
That's great. Wonderful,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Yep,
And tell us a little about yourself. How long you been doing this? How'd you start?
Well, when I was starting, it was about 1996, and it was about a week after Tupac died. And
How did you react to that?
I was sad, man. I mean, just because I was like I was kind of getting to know him as an artist when that whole when the shooting had taken place. Like the first shooting, it was like, oh, I knew of him because of my cousin, and my cousin was like really into it, and I used to listen to him, listening to his music. So when that happened, I was like kind of getting into his music at the time. He released All Eyes on Me, and I was just like, oh man, how did you take this away from me like now? And I'm like, wow, it just shattered me, man. It really like left me like empty. But I mean,
and it's a different feeling when somebody dies violently. Like I felt terrible when James Brown died, Chuck Brown, the King of Go-Go.
Yeah.
You know, these were heroes of mine. And when they pass, you feel terrible. But when somebody's shot down in their prime.
Yeah.
Like I was a big fan of Roger Troutman from Zapp, and I met Roger, and that was like the happiest music. This is the last guy you would think would die violently.
I know, man.
And it's even more traumatic, you know?
But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, like it's crazy, like being an artist and seeing what's actually going on behind the scenes, and like seeing, like, I mean, I don't know, man. This drives me crazy personally, just like thinking about like what could happen tomorrow or what could happen next week or what happened last week that affected this week, and just like the cycle, man. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just it's something just like having all of these thoughts in one's mind. It's
You have to go forward, maybe use it in a sense, not think about it and let it kind of mold you, so get into the work.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I'll ask both you guys, do you write better when you're happy, in love, or do you write better when you're in pain and you just had the bad breakup?
Unfortunately, probably my best stuff is when I'm saddest and in pain. However, I think I've written things when I'm happy too, and the writing makes me happy, so. But always, I think it's better. I don't know, the pain seems to produce better work. I don't know why that is.
What?
I can say the same thing. Like, I mean, definitely like just sitting in, like what I said before, thinking, and I'm thinking so much about like what's been going on, and I get a chance to like say, well, how am I gonna structure this into the perfect rhythm, and then find a way to just like let my feelings go on a beat and try to fit it into a bar and just like try to see if it could meld. And I mean, you learn a lot about yourself through the whole process of just writing in that fashion. But I mean, I'm thankful for the pain, and I'm thankful for the happiness.
Thankful for the pain. That's a good name for a song right there. There you go. There you go.
I mean, I'm happy that I mean, life is just, this is getting too complex. But I mean, it's a great feeling to be able to like endure what we can. And I don't take it granted, so that's why I sit there and I write about it. And
what about?
That's great. I feel the same. You can't take things for granted.
I know a lot of artists write out of anger, which is good and fine, but like a Marvin Gaye wrote out of anger, pain, love, sorrow. Like a What's Going On is probably the greatest album ever recorded, and it's as topical today as it was, I believe it was 1971. So it has to be more than just anger. It has to, tell a real story.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, I don't know.
Maybe heal too, maybe in a sense.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's definitely healing in that, I mean, what's going on? I mean, how much greater can you be? Or make me, even though he says, make me want to holler, there's something so embracing about that. It's so comforting at the same time that it opens up, that it deals with anger. I mean, it's more than.
And as a poet, you appreciate words. People throw out the word genius so often it actually cheapens it. Marvin was a genius, right?
That's a heck of a record,
Every 14-year-old that puts out a record isn't necessarily a genius.
I mean, I don't know. But I think Marvin, like, in comparison to the people today or the kids today, I mean, I'm pretty sure Marvin had like a little bit more of a clear-headed, a lot more direction and just like better. I mean, at the time, music was way better then. I mean, it was just like, he just had a lot more, yeah, exactly. I don't know if I'm sounding like an old man right now, but it was in a good place where he could like, where he had like influences as well to like bear down on him and just help him write it and get everything together.
You know, Berry Gordy didn't want to release that album. He didn't think it was commercial.
Really?
Marvin had a fight to get What's Going On released.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Look
that's
it up.
crazy.
Maybe it was too topical. I don't know.
No, Berry Gordy wanted him singing love songs because he was selling tons
with
of
Tammy
tons
Terrell.
of product.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And Heard It Through the Grapevine is a hell of a song, so his take on it. So.
I'm glad he released it.
Oh, no. Listen, the world is a better place because he released it.
You know, it's few and far between the What's Going On, the Stevie songs in the Key of Life. I mean, you know, it's very rare an album is that great and that important and that lasting. Yeah. You know, sometimes you hear records from 40 years ago and it sounds dated.
Yeah.
It really sounds dated.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking about Lou Reed and the
great.
Color Girls go doo 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 and all of that. I'm like, I don't know.
There's something timeless about it.
I mean, it's great. It's a great song, but I mean, I don't know. Like, you can't say it today.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
What's that? Around the same time, 70. Good old. That's when New York was a little darker.
Yeah.
But no, it's true. He couldn't get away
New
with
York,
it.
New York was rough in the 70s. I wrote a book called Apartment 4B Like in Brooklyn about growing up in East Flatbush in the 60s and 70s. And if you think it's turbulent now, you should have lived through that. It's a rough time. Rough time. Yeah.
But I mean, even then, like, even with what Lou Reed said, it's gotten a little bit worse and a little bit more vulgar now, though, at the same time.
So how do you guys feel about that? I mean, I grew up on Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor. I have no problem with strong language, but I have this conversation with a lot of comedians. We have tons of great comedians on, and I think every once in a while it cheapens it when every second word is a curse. It loses its impact.
Yeah.
Like, I very, very rarely curse on this show, but I can. So the first time I curse, it's going to be like a megaton bomb because they're going to be like, Evan's pissed off, you know? It's going to have a lot more impact.
I don't think Groucho ever cursed. And, you know, Groucho, you know, is as hilarious and as poignant as anybody ever was.
Yeah, I mean, there are comedians that work clean. There are musicians that work clean. I don't think Smokey Robinson ever cursed. He's out there 50 years. But,
I mean, Red Fox was very blue, but yet it's hysterical.
I love Rudy Ray Moore. I love Blowfly. These guys curse. Rudy Ray Moore's gone now, but these guys, you know, cursed up a storm. I don't have any issue with it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is some artists, if every second word is a curse, it loses its impact, I think. What do you think?
But it's become we're so desensitized to it today that, I mean, what you just said, like, it's lost its impact. It's just another word now. It's become, I don't know, I was like sitting, because I actually work with kids, and I was watching some programs on the BBC, and they have like cursing on their programs and stuff. And I'm like, wow, imagine if like it was over here and you couldn't really do that with the FCC and stuff like that. But it's just like, even with the FCC over here, we're just so like, we're detached from the impact of those words where it's just like a common phrase now. You can say certain things, or you can, whatever, man. I mean, you don't really have, people don't know how to express themselves creatively enough to like get past it sometimes. So I don't know.
And yet I heard Bernie Mac do a whole thing on Mother, and it was one of the funniest things I have ever heard in my entire life.
What's better than Richard Pryor live? I mean, you know,
it's true.
I mean, if you take the word and, you know, twist it around, it's. I mean, I was crying. It was like the funniest, you know, and same thing with Pryor. It's the funniest stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. I mean, if it's creative, man, you can't really like, you don't want to hold it back. Right. If you want to feel the force, you want to feel what these people are saying. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what
I got you. So, guys, tell us how we could get your book, how we could get your latest music.
The book, of course, you could contact me, John Winnell, JONWINELL at yahoo.com, or contact me, John Winnell, at Facebook, and I will gladly, we'll exchange, and share the book.
And support great poetry. And
Thank
Warren,
you.
where can we
Thank
get your
you.
music?
Thank
My music is on warren.bandcamp.com. It's WARREN.bandcamp.com. Also, if you want to reach me for anything, you can hit me up, warrenbritt@gmail, WARRENBRITT@gmail.com. And yeah, you could, whatever, I'm here.
And we want to thank Sketch the Cataclysm for
Yes.
setting this up. He's
Thank
going
you,
to be here
Sketch.
October 11. He's a good guy.
I want to come here when he does it, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
You guys
let's
could do
a
something
sketch.
together. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
oh, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to our archives, we have some amazing mashups. We have Edwin Vasquez Musica, who did the Cape Man with Paul Simon and Mark Anthony with Cooley High and other hip-hop bars. It's hot.
That's
It's
a
hot.
tremendous
Yeah,
set.
check out the archives.
Beautiful
Oh,
set.
wait. I saw that. I
Yeah.
did see
What'd
that.
you think?
Yeah,
Be
man.
honest.
He was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
He really was good. No, Cooley, he's really good with the writing, but his freestyle game is on point too, yo.
Cooley's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, man, he's
smooth.
awesome. He's good.
LegendsTVNYC.com for the archives. Check it out, folks. And when we come back, Mark Novotarski, all the way from Detroit, a documentary filmmaker talking about wrestling history from Detroit, the Sheik, and much more. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for our wrestling segment, and we have Mark Novotarski all the way from Detroit, making his Legends TV debut, and 1,000 miles later. How you feeling, Mark?
Well, pretty good. It was a long ride in, but as you know, it's all worthwhile.
Last night we went to see Felix Cabrera and Robert Ross, great blues players. And,
Tremendous.
Larry Graham, who was playing in the next room, walked through the show. It was like a knife in my heart because I wanted to see Larry Graham too. Can't be in two places at the same time.
It was a fantastic experience.
Yeah. Felix and Robert are master musicians. They've been on the show many times. And tell us about Battles, Bouts, and Brawls.
Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, Evan and gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, is all about exactly the story of professional wrestling in Detroit and its surrounding areas. Now, naturally, if you're a wrestling fan, and depending upon the level of you being a wrestling fan, you associate Detroit with the Sheik, with the original Sheik.
That's right.
Okay. Supernatural powers, the wild man from Syria, you know.
Fireballs.
That's right. That's right. You know, I mean, you name it.
John the Poet's going to throw a fireball later. Just
Luckily, I have I have a fireproof glasses on, so luckily I am protected. But this particular story, Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, tells the story of Detroit pro wrestling before the Sheik. Naturally, it touches on the Sheik, and it continues up until about 8 months ago, and goes into contemporary wrestling. And there are many people which go under the category, which even I am, of old schoolers. There are some people that call themselves old schoolers. They believe the world began and ended at a certain time. No, my watch keeps working. Okay? It continues. There are promotions that are out there which pay homage to the past, and they do it very well. Just the fact that these promotions do pay homage is a tremendous tip of the hat. And so old school still is around. It's just a matter of whether or not you accept it.
So I'm an old school fan, but I appreciate and respect a lot of today's wrestling. I think there are guys like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk if he ever comes back, etc. so on, Austin Aries. These guys are doing things that guys 40 years ago wouldn't have dreamed of. I mean, to be quite honest. But a lot of times today it's spot, spot, spot. There's no psychology. If they miss a spot, they stop like a deer in the headlights, and they're just like lost. So, and many times it's just like too much. They give you too much, and the next day you don't remember. I couldn't name the results sometimes the next day after a show. So what's your take on all of this?
Well, the world of professional wrestling has, depending on your opinion, evolved or devolved. It's tries to
a little of both.
Tries to keep up with the times. When I was much younger, it was said that my attention span was 45 seconds. Now, whether or not that's true is irrelevant. But the young people of today, or younger people of today, it's been said their attention span is approximately 5 seconds.
Right.
So you're trying to keep up, and you're trying to get that attention. You know, as at times it works, at times it does not. You've hit upon something, Evan, that I feel is critical. The psychology of professional wrestling is almost non-existent today, which is a shame.
It depends who. I mean, some guys are masters and other guys are clueless. You know, if you walk into the ring and 8 seconds into the match you're doing a high spot, it's pointless.
Yeah, where do you go from there? And the fans, there are some fans that are dedicated, and there are other fans that are dedicated, but they just want to watch wrestling, period. They don't care what it was, and just as you have said, 10 minutes later, I've forgotten what I've seen.
In the old days, less was more.
Yes.
Ernie Ladd, who was like 6'8" and almost 300 pounds, he'd put a thumb in your throat. The people go out of their minds. Today they're doing hurricane ranas and 40 other moves to get the same effect as the thumb in the throat, and and destroying their bodies on top of it. So
there's no build-up like you're saying in the old days, like a storyline that would start
in the old
off
days,
and
they would pull a foreign object out. The fans would go out of their minds. It was it was simpler. It was simpler. And like anything else, there are guys today that have the psychology and guys that don't. There were great wrestlers. There were awful wrestlers. And it was the same back then.
Yeah.
Some of those, just because it's old school didn't mean it was great either. There were a lot of awful wrestlers back then.
Correct, I agree. And you just brought up another thing, John, is the buildup is not what it used to be. It was simpler. Was it a simpler time? Maybe, but I was a lot younger.
What I found interesting back in the day was you could get a guy like Dick Murdoch or Ray Stevens. They had the big beer belly. Didn't matter. They were great. They knew how to work a crowd. They were master showmen. Today, these guys wouldn't get looked at. They go, they're too old, they're out of shape, and
exactly.
It's
the
ridiculous.
expectations are
ridiculous.
They're I feel much too high.
Anyway, why don't we take a look at a clip from your movie before we continue? This is a clip from Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, folks. Directed, produced, publicized, one-man team, Mark Novotarski. Check it out, folks.
Oh, hello there. I'm Mark Novotarski, producer of the Chic documentary and Battles, Bouts, and Brawls. I'm just leaving the studio here, and I'm preparing for my next event. And that event is going to be here at Penelope's Resale Venue, Friday, September the 19th, 2014. The countdown, the double feature, and a whole lot more is going to be here. Folks, we're going to have 4 Detroit wrestling icons. We're going to have co-host of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, the mysterious Movado, XICW's DBA, Ring of Honor's Truth Martini, and the Albanian Nightmare, Mark Joka. These 4 individuals are going to be here giving their statements, their comments, and answering questions for you during this event. They're going to be spending the evening with us. Also, we're going to be having the Undercards Ring Girls. Some of the most beautiful women, bar none. They too are going to be here. They want to be part of this experience. What experience is that? It's going to be a double feature, folks. It's going to be the 2 wrestling documentaries that are taking the professional wrestling world by storm. First up, you're going to see The Sheik, wrestling's greatest villain. As you know, The Sheik was, and to some even is, Detroit Pro Wrestling. As a matter of fact, we are less than 1 mile away from The Sheik's final U.S. bout against Sweet Daddy Malcolm Monroe. We're less than 1 mile. And we're going to be seeing The Sheik, wrestling's greatest villain. That's one feature. The second feature is my newest feature, the documentary that goes before The Sheik and after The Sheik. Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, the story of pro wrestling in Detroit and its surrounding areas. So folks, one night, Friday, September the 19th. Showtime is at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. Given these hard times and wanting to get the most for your economic situation, $10 is all it's going to take to get you here. $10. Bring your date, bring your wife, bring your mistress, bring your boss, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your enemies. Old schoolers, you're welcome to come. I encourage you to come. I want you here so you can see the experience of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls. The Sheik, wrestling's greatest villain, the 4 icons of Detroit wrestling, and those beautiful ring girls. All of that. You can get your tickets online at insent.net. That's insent.net. You can also get your tickets here at Penelope's Venue Resale, located on Dix in Southgate. Don't miss it, folks. One time, reasonably priced. Bring the family, bring everybody. It's going to be fun for all. Don't miss it.
you missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Mark's event. And where are the ring girls, Mark? You have the ring girls over there. What about here?
Well, you know, Evan, you might be surprised. As you know, sparing no expense in producing these programs.
You spared the expense of bringing the 3 ring girls.
Well, but you see, it was a matter of an issue of their transportation.
Yeah, that's every promoter will tell you that. Yeah.
As you are aware of my transport, and the ladies sadly took umbrage with that. They didn't really want to come in that particular mode. They wanted first class executive suite, and
that's right.
You know,
they don't understand pro wrestling.
Well, you know, but they bring a certain element of beauty, glamour, and style to any event.
That's right. And I'm in Battles, Bouts, and Brawls.
Yes,
and,
you are.
And I saw the Chic film as well, and it was tremendously done. And
thank you.
Unless you live in the Detroit area, I don't think a lot of people realize just how huge the Sheik was. How long was his run on top?
The Sheik was top man, I believe. It started in the 60s and went, his promotion, because he was the promoter, he was Big Time Wrestling, officially ended in 1980, I believe.
So he had a 20-year run on top.
He did.
And main eventing pretty much.
But he continued.
Yeah.
He continued after that and still did. I'll give you an example. Many events at Cobo Arena were standing room only, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000. And one of his most epic feuds was against Bobo Brazil. Now, in 1984, now this is after the Prime, I attended a bout where the main event was the Sheik against Bobo Brazil in the Hamtramck Community Center. Now, this is quite a smaller venue than Cobo Arena, and I believe that evening we may have had a crowd of 300, 400, maybe 500.
Right.
But I'll tell you something, and it's in the ending credits of the Sheik, that bout, and it's one of the bonus matches in the Sheik documentary. That bout, those gentlemen still had the same moves. Moving, looking up. Even the fire, as you saw in that promo earlier, was summoned. So these gentlemen gave their all. It didn't matter how many people were there.
I saw the Sheik in Philly in the early 90s, and he wasn't a kid anymore. This is a funny story. You had all the Smart Mark media there, and when this guy walked out, people were scared of him. It's like it was total, like you forgot, you know. He looked like a homicidal killer, the Sheik. He really looked like a terrorist, you know, and he was great. He was one of the great, some people think he's the greatest heel of all time. Yeah,
I certainly do, and Evan, you've just supported that statement.
I mean, it is debatable. Some people say Buddy Rogers, some people say Killer Kowalski, Fred Blassie, but he's right at the top of the list, the original Sheik, absolutely.
Where it comes to drawing heat and actually putting the fear in people, I don't know of many others. These other gentlemen did, and I will also include Wild Bull Curry. Wild Bull Curry has been mentioned very, very much. And
I love Kowalski. Kowalski was a friend of mine. Yeah.
I don't disagree on any of these gentlemen, but when it comes to the Sheik, world-renowned, just as Blassie.
For sheer charisma, I don't think anybody touched, Flair, Billy Graham, Buddy Rogers, but the Sheik, he was menacing. It was a different kind of heel. He was menacing.
He was. When he came in, you would do all the heckling and whatnot. All the Sheik had to do was look toward you.
That's right. People would actually get scared.
And you would do your impression of Jesse Owens.
That's right. That's right.
Pretty fast.
So Mark, tell everybody how they could get the DVDs, and once again, where's the big event?
Well, the big event is located in a suburb of Detroit, Michigan called Southgate. It is a one-time only event. As stated earlier, you're going to have these 4 icons of professional wrestling. The mysterious Movado, one half of the co-hosting team of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, member of the Bumpin' Uglies, and also appeared on America's Got Talent. He will be there. He's breaking a decade-old silence. The only other time he's actually spoken is in Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, being the host. Also, from Ring of Honor and XICW, Mr. Truth Martini.
Very entertaining, that guy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Also, second-generation wrestler and promoter, XICW's DBA, Malcolm Monroe Jr., who in my opinion, has not only the best and premier promotion in Detroit, I'll go on record and say in the country.
All right.
And also the Albanian Nightmare, Mark Joka. These four individuals.
I thought John was the Albanian Nightmare.
Well, you may have to have a little discussion with Mr. Joka there. Those beautiful ring girls, they're going to be there. And then also, for the first time ever, showing a double feature of Battles, Bouts, and Brawls along with the Sheik, wrestling's greatest villain. All of these things at Penelope's Venue in Southgate, Michigan, located on Dix.
In New York, we say venue. You say venue in Detroit?
Well, the accent they grab, you know, the accent they grab there, that, depending upon.
All right.
Tickets are available, and everything is available, ladies and gentlemen, at insent.net. You look at the main page, right in the middle, it says click here. Don't look at it, click here. And then you'll be able to get the tickets to the event. You'll be able to get Battles, Bouts, and Brawls, the Sheik documentary, even a Battles, Bouts, and Brawls official T-shirt.
All right, all right.
Fantastic.
And Mark, we want you to stick around because we're going to have more wrestling in just a moment with the stars of the SWA. So stick with us, folks. We will be back with some more wrestling in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Erica Conway, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
right, and we are back and returning to the show, Johnny Malloy, and we always have trouble miking you with the beard. We try to figure out where to put the.
Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I don't know.
And Harold O'Hartz, who
Thank you,
did the
Evan.
big intro
Thank you.
early in the show for Warren. Have you ever done announcing, outside of wrestling, like introduce a musical act or?
No, not really. When I was 16, I would do Sweet 16s, and I would be even better than DJ. So the moms would come up to me, can you just announce us when we're coming in for us? I was like, okay. So that's pretty much where it first started. And then I found this guy, and this guy goes, here, take the
You'd be good in concert scenarios. Whenever you see the old school R&B acts, they always have a great announcer. That's half the show. Like James Brown is the perfect example. He always had that great announcer. So.
Yeah, any great in any group.
Yeah.
Great introduction.
No, it really add to things.
From wherever,
Yeah. You should look into it.
Thank you.
You can use this as like a little promo for yourself.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
And we were talking earlier. I grew up on Jimmy Lennon Sr. His son now, Jimmy Lennon Jr., is a great boxing announcer. And he looks and sounds just like his dad. If you see Rocky III, Jimmy Lennon Sr.'s in it. And, those old school announcers like you were doing, it's few and far between. I was very impressed.
Thank you. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, though. Going out there, I'm like, oh boy, let's not mess up.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
But,
Mark, what'd you think as an announcer? Be honest.
I thought he was fantastic.
Thank you.
And I
Thank you.
really think you should take Evan's advice and delve deeper.
Well, I live in Port Jeff, so whenever you want me to come down and announce the Legends
Really?
TV, just
I'll
give me a
I'll
call
take you
up
up
and
on
I'll
it.
come over and down and
I'll
announce
take
you
you up
in.
on it, all right.
That's fine.
Put a little box over there. He'll sleep right over there. He'll sleep.
That's right. And Johnny, you have a big show next Saturday, September 6th. Tell us about the SWA's big event.
It is the biggest, all right? I'll toot my horn a little bit. I listened to what everybody had to say, and I think that if you want to see some old school professional wrestling, you're going to want to be in Deer Park on September 6th. That night, this nice little crown jewel I have here, I may not be pretty, but my belt is. This belt, it was crowned 2 years ago. The first champion won the first Pride tournament, and on September 6th...
You need something a little larger.
Well,
yeah.
How much larger do you
want
to get?
We scale it per champion. But September 6th, the tournament's going to wrap all the way around. We're going to start it all over again. 8 new men are going to compete, and they're going to go at it till one guy gets a shot at this Pride Championship. It kicks off September 6th. Then, of course, I have a ladder match, which you get to see a 300-pound man hopefully not fall off a ladder.
Yeah. So speaking of that,
Yeah.
I remember the Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon ladder match,
I
and
think
other
everybody
great
does.
ladder
Yes.
matches.
Yes.
My question would be this. Okay. You're at the Sportatorium?
The NYWC Sportatorium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not a huge venue.
No.
Is it worth risking real injury and maybe even permanent injury for a relatively small crowd compared to a WWE pay-per-view or Monday Night Raw? You are risking injury falling off a ladder.
Absolutely. I think it is. Early we talked about you got a 500, 400 crowd around there and how that was considered a smaller crowd then. Now, for a 500-person crowd in New York especially, that's a huge crowd for us. That's a huge crowd. And, I'm not looking to be in front of 20,000 people. Sure, it would be great. I would love to fall off something in front of 20,000 people and make 20,000 people go, is he dead?
Right.
But I'm content to do what I do best in front of 300 people on September 6th. Make 300 people's day, make their night. Let them get away from their daily lives. Let them forget about the 9 to 5. Come watch me throw 2 other guys off a ladder. 'Cause I'm telling you right now, I'm not falling. I came with the belt. I'd like to come back to Legends TV with the belt.
Okay, now let me play devil's advocate. You're still a relatively young guy.
Yeah.
20 years from now, on a rainy day, you might feel that bump from a ladder. Is it worth it then?
Well, I've been doing this 9 years. I started when I was 17. Every morning I feel it. The ankles
So
click,
imagine
the
at
knees.
46, 56.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be beat up, but I'll be sitting in a room with all my titles on the wall, all the pictures of fans, and the memories I've had, like meeting Roddy Piper and Jake Roberts, Jake, come on, buddy. And I'm going to love that. I'm going to be able to say, look what I did with my life. Okay, Britt right here, he's going out and he's doing his thing. Whether it's 15 people or 15,000 people, he did his thing.
But he's
He
not
lived
falling off a ladder.
His dream.
No, but he's risking maybe drive-bys or something like that.
Tupac.
Yeah, exactly.
I've jumped off of pianos at live shows, so that's kind of, and I'm freaking injured my ankle, so that's kind of.
Everything's a risk. Look at John. Someone could love his poems too much. They could love it a little bit too much. And
John's big risk is from the groupies and stalkers. You know, that's the.
So everything's a calculated risk. Just come in here in the morning.
On the stage last year at concert.
I was emceeing a show in Bed-Stuy, and this drunk guy gets on stage, and he wasn't a happy drunk. He was an angry drunk, and we had to get him off. They're looking at me like, you know, and I'm like, I'm the MC. I'm not security. You know, I don't know what this guy's got on him, and you know. So I guess there's danger in anything, you know, if you think about it. Yeah.
Just in coming here, something could have happened. But you know what? It's a risk worth it. And when you're feeling it, when you're feeling that adrenaline, everything's worth it in that moment.
Okay.
What is the saying?
Seize the moment, seize the day.
Yeah, I'd rather burn out than fade away.
Okay.
Live while you can. Right now I'm healthy. I'm going to do it. And on September 6th, I implore anybody watching, come down to the Sportatorium. It will be the best wrestling show you see in this state in the month of September. I guarantee it.
Give all the contact information. Where could they find out
All
about
right.
the tickets,
Well,
the website?
Head on over to the SWARevolution.com. That's where you can find tickets, you can find times, you can find the whole match card. You can find plenty of videos with this beautiful man over here, who has a ton of interviews and a ton of content to get you ready for Steps to a Pinnacle 2.
Okay.
Evan, I can't wait.
And we're going to invite all of you to stay in the couch. We're going to show some music videos and get your opinions right after this commercial break. So
All right.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We are back. This is going to be a very interesting segment, folks. We welcome artists to send their videos for free worldwide exposure. We are seen in 80-plus countries on the net. And the first video is by Sketch the Cataclysm. Reintroductions are not necessary. So check this out, folks, and we're going to ask our distinguished, eclectic panel what they think about the video. And be honest, guys. Here we go.
Hi, folks. Yeah. By myself. Stuff on my mind. It starts with a yes, y'all. That call from Kid Quigo. Shot a lethal from the Lido Jack cassette stilo. Walking in my own beat. Pockets for my lonely. Cautious cause I don't need to walk it in some folks keep markets unless they know me. Shock it up the flows beats. Barking in my bones. Heat barking cause I'm only trying to respect the speaker. Speaking talking to my soul. Feet stalking till my tape pops and squawking on my own. Present day, let it straight. Thoughts within a dome. Keep creeping in the surface worth it faulty to the bone. Teeth. Coffee breaks the cold sleep. Not scrawny though I don't eat. Crushing goes to those peeps that wanna get to know me. I'm lost within my home. Leaving awful to my homies. lofty goals, lost control, tossed into the cold week. When I get to speak and talk up for whole weeks, only faithful to my lack of faith, read it till I pass away. Said it, cause I had to say the message, and the passion play the proof is, and the putting in the truth is, and the cabaret best me's on stage. No mask within the masquerade, this castle fit for bastard, say the laughter for a latter day. Hustle rap the master, pay my path to say my ass and gain the meaning to the pain and call the grafted to the fashion play. Promise to make you proud, pounding at these crashing waves to be a light before you scatter ashes at my massive wake. And now they're looking at the shards. And now they're looking at the shards. They're all looking at the shards. And all I could think is, what up? A sixth sense of fire inspired by intense fits, drenched by emotion promoted with fists clenched. A smile across the face disguises the kid's fence that's hiding a disgrace, the miter to sixpence. I dig into my pocket, all my money is spent. A third goes to taxes, a third for the rent. A sixth for the lights and liquor to hide the pain. A sixth for a shirt and a tie to hide the stains. People sit and look so surprised, like why hit stage? They say to take a look in the sky, why does it rain? I'll tell you why, to deny it is strange. Stole the soul and sun off the can't shine every day. I sit before the listener, fractured old bastard, trying to redeem the cold side of my state. I spit to serve humanity, what's left of friends and family, from asher burning bridges in this mess that I made. And now they're looking at the shards. And now they're looking at the shards. They're all looking at the shards. And all I could think is, what up? My name is Sketch. The cataclysm, wisdom's usage fluctuating in them. Bloody your knuckles for beating myself up. All of my sentence punctuated with an asterisk. If asked, I quit. Yes, I've done it. I become acquainted with a series of bad habits. I need to let go to focus my action, the host of my path ends. I'll have happened to cross the right track to cast a light upon, and I become an upstanding citizen, an example of a righted wrong that kept writing songs, pushed it right along forward, cause he might have gone off, but pause, fought it off, standing tall like the mantle that the mic's upon. Substance less, the liquor, the caffeine, and bad dreams mixture that has me. The track theme, picture of passion that raps me quicker than last scene, or desire pasture of life, laughter, the fire, capture, rapture, mass fighter that writes with his past, Mario to rap backwards, craft the indie rapper.
Every now and then, we do a little-known song hoping to turn this piece of obscurity into a big hit. Fortunately, this will not happen with the following number.
All right, Sketch, the cataclysm. I know Warren like that.
I love it.
Guys,
Yeah.
just jump in. What'd you think?
Well, I will tell you, I may possibly be the senior member of you gentlemen, and my own likes range from opera to Sinatra to The Clash, and so I'm a little dated.
Yeah.
But I actually found myself getting into it.
There you go. There you go.
That's the highest compliment that I can give. I don't usually give reactions.
Cool.
All right.
He had that nice little da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Warren?
I mean, I loved it. I mean, well, that video, that was done by those guys from Minnesota, the Ice Cream Pictures guys, and they just like usually they'll call a artist up, and it's a good idea for like more promotion and press and stuff like that. They have 2 cameras, and they just set it up, and they let the guys go on there and do their thing, and it's a great idea, and hopefully those guys hit me up. Yo, what's going on? Yo, and yeah, but like Sketch, man, I mean, I was so glad to see a video for Sketch because, man, Sketch is just too talented, man, and I don't know, man.
I just
like,
see him down at Gizzy's. The guy's awesome.
Yeah, and
Awesome,
a lot of people, like, they try to overcharge for music videos, and, you know, it's just good to see Sketch be able to get a look like that, because these guys, they do it out of the kindness of their hearts, and they just help them out, so that's
John,
cool.
what do you think?
Yeah, it looked great, and I like that Kermit the Frog thing where he's like not taking himself too seriously.
Big thumbs up from
Great,
everybody.
great fun, great fun.
All right. All right, and this is the Howling Diablos. Don't Fear the Funk Hand out of Detroit. Check this out, folks. right. We don't have a lot of time left, folks, so any quick reactions to the video?
John, did you write that?
Yeah.
Great sound, great guitar work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Gentlemen, it's Detroit.
Yeah.
It's all about the cars, the people, the sound. Often, what's the saying? Often imitated, but never duplicated. That's my pride. That's Detroit.
There you go. And Warren, what'd you think?
That was funky. I say, man. Yeah, I like the theme with the retro and all of the old films mashing together to make it look like a movie and stuff. It was good, man. It was great.
There you go.
And the song was awesome as well.
There you go. Jerry?
I feel like I'm a little too transparent to comment. I feel like I should be. No. You know what? I can get into it. My foot was tapping. I'll give it that. Not my cup of tea, but my foot was tapping. You got me.
All right. And do we have time for the last one? 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Okay. Fortunato Isgro, all the way from Australia. Every Little Thing from the Initiative album. Check it out.
Every little thing you do to me, girl. Every little thing you say to me, girl. Every little thing. I love every little thing you do to me, girl. Every little thing you say to me, girl. Every little thing. I can't give you anything but love, love. You're the one that I've been thinking of, love. 'Cause I love every little thing you do to me, girl. Every little thing you say to me, girl. Every little thing. Please come over and hold me tight. Kiss me, darling. Hold me, hold me. When you're near me, it feels so right. I'm in love with you. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause I love every little thing you do to me, girl. Every little thing you say to me, girl. Every little thing. Please come over and hold me tight. Kiss me, darling. Hold me, hold me. When you're near me, it feels so right. I'm in love with you. Oh, oh, 'cause I love every little thing you do to me, girl. Every little thing you say to me, girl. Every little thing. Every little thing. Oh, every little thing. Every little
All right, guys, we have 30 seconds. Quick reactions. John.
Fun pop.
Fun.
Awesome.
There you go.
Number 3, Up.
That was concise.
Me and my grandmother could dance to that.
All right, that's positive. Up. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I guess that's up.
All the way.
All right. And that'll about do it. Another eclectic mix. Thanks to all these great gentlemen.
Thank you.
That's it, folks.
Stuff.